Hi, this is Tamlin, and today I have 7 tips if you're dating. Tip number 1, give yourself time. So, give yourself time to get to know a person. When you first meet a person, everything is really, really great, and you're kind of in the honeymoon period. And you really don't know how the person may respond when they're angry, when they're disappointed, frustrated, sad, mad, all the emotions that a person can feel. So you want to give yourself time to get to know them, to see how they deal with certain situations that could bring out parts of their personality that you want to know before you take your relationship further. Tip number 2, don't do the do too soon, meaning forego intimacy early in the relationship. Give yourself time to get to know the person before you become intimate, because sex clouds your judgment. Sex is like a drug, and once you are drugged up, you do not think straight. So you want to make sure that you don't change the dynamic of the relationship by becoming intimate too soon, because then you won't see what you really need to see about a person. Your judgment will be compromised. Tip number 3, spend time with your date with other people, meaning you and your date should spend time with your friends or the date's friends so that you see how each other will interact around other people. It's easy to get along with a person when you're one on one, but you like to see how that person that you're dating will interact with other people and how they respond to other people, because they may be a totally different person around other people, and you want to know that before you take your relationship further. Tip number 4, don't rely solely on social media to get to know a person. You can scroll for days and scroll through every post and every text that a person has and not know them at all. So take the time to dialogue with the person, to have conversations, and not just rely on social media posts and pictures and think that you know a person. You have to have conversations and interactions to really get a chance to know a person, because photos don't give you the demeanor that the person has. They don't tell everything about the person. You can't really see their body language and how they respond to you in a picture. So you need to not rely on social media as far as getting to know a person. Tip number 5, pay attention to red flags. If you notice red flags, and everyone has their own triggers, and red flags can be different from one person to another, but if you notice red flags early on in the relationship, don't put your head in the sand. Make sure that you pay attention to the red flags, because chances are they will get brighter and brighter as the relationship progresses. So don't ignore red flags. Tip number 6, trust your gut. Everyone has that sixth sense that will guide them on their personal journey. So your gut will always guide you in the right direction. So when you first meet a person, your gut instinct will tell you, hey, this is a really cool person and I really like this person. And your gut is more than likely right. By the same token, your gut may say, I'm not sure about this person. And your gut, again, is probably 100% right. You may find down the line that the things that you thought initially about a person that made you feel uneasy, those things will not go away. It will surface again. So always trust your gut, and it'll save you a lot of time. Tip number 7. This is my favorite tip. Tip number 7 is don't share personal information. Personal information meaning bank card, credit card information, passwords, passcodes, things that you should not divulge to anyone. You want to be mindful not to be so trusting and give that information to a person that you're just dating. Dating is not the same as marriage. You don't want to divulge that information. In some marriages, people don't even divulge that information. So you definitely don't want to do that while you're in the dating stage. So be mindful not to share your personal information because you could be setting yourself up for disaster.